Ladies and gentlemen, Tana Mongeau is a humongous hypocrite, a absolute buffoon, and it's about time we talk about it. If you don't know who she is, this is Tana Mongeau, right? She was from that iconic video with idubbbz where he said, "Say the N-word," right? Now, the funny thing about Tana Mongeau here is that she was involved in saying the N-word a lot back in her past, right? And now the internet has kind of shifted their ways and become fans of her, right? She has 5 million followers. She has a very large following. And now the problem with Tana Mongeau, or the issue, is that, people kind of ignored a lot of her controversies because she was involved with Cody Ko. The Cody Ko situation where he hooked up with her when she was 17 at the time. They texted a little dirty at 16, and he was in his mid 20s. He was like 25 texting a 16, 17-year-old, and then they ended up hooking up. Very disgusting, right? So people kind of forgot about her past. Now, what's interesting is she has recently condemned her co-host of her show, Brooke Schofield, and tells her to step away from the podcast for old offensive tweets, saying, "I've made it very clear to Brooke that I condemn her for those tweets." I will show you the tweets, by the way. Now, for context, here are some of the old tweets her assistant, or her co-host, Brooke Schofield, puts out. I'm not defending any of these. I just have seen worse. I'm just saying I've seen worse, right? Brooke says, "Guarantee if Zimmerman ended a white guy, this wouldn't even be a story. Newsflash, this wasn't a crime of racism, it was self-defense." This is all the way back from 2013. Okay, her next tweet says, "Why do I have the most ratchet hair ever?" This is from someone named H. And she replies, "Haley, oh my god, I swear I had nappier hair this morning than most African Americans on this end of our country." Yeah, that's a little racist. But as from 2012, what do you call a Mexican baptism? A bean dip. Again, from 2012. This girl's probably like 5 years old. No, I don't even know. She's probably like freaking 15. Cassie yells racist profanities in the movie theater. Only minority in the room is sitting directly behind us. That's from 2015. So she's a little older. Again, okay. It's dumb, cringy, edgy racism joke. I said so many accidentally racist things last night. I don't know how I even made it back to America. Cringy, racist. I can tweet, you can answer your phone, F slur. Okay, so that's probably why I'm surprised she didn't mention anything about that, because they all have a field day going bananas with that one. I had a question. Quit calling me when you're drunk, F slur. I don't even want you when you're sober. So that is, for context, her racist comments, and she has apologized to it, but this video is not really about her. It's about Tana Mongeau.
Obviously, as you guys can see, I am alone on this couch. Brooke is not here with us today, and I want to be abundantly clear that that was my decision. We all saw the tweets, and they're fucked up and they're horrific, and I'm saying that as a white person, right? Like, I cannot even imagine being...
A white person may never have an opinion. They may never say anything that is wrong think.
A black non-fan or fan and reading those tweets. And I've made it very clear to Brooke as well that I condemn her for these tweets, and they're fucking horrible, and I have no right to forgive her as a white person for the things that she said. Before I get into a little more of my thoughts on this, I'm also wrong in this situation, and I want to be open and honest with you guys about that. When Brooke made her first apology video, I commented on it and I said, "We grew up bad, I love you," and immediately regretted it so hard.
You shouldn't have, because everybody in their life, when they've been young and they're 16, 17 years old, has said some stupid things they regret. That was a fine statement, saying we've all grown up, it happens, sorry. That's what I would say to a friend if tweets leaked out of them saying some pretty racy jokes, some offensive jokes. But Tana's a hypocrite.
Realized how fucking stupid it was for me to fucking say that. I'm going to beat myself up for that forever, quite frankly.
Okay.
It's not my place as a white person to forgive her or...
So cringy that she keeps saying that. But she's really going to beat herself up over is the clips that people are going to start posting now of her saying racist jokes, the exact same similar racist jokes. And she's going to end up canceling herself, because all she had to do was say, "Hey, we're sorry. We didn't mean it. It was a long time ago. Stuff happened. Sorry. Oops. We're still going to have a podcast. She's one of my best friends, blah, blah, blah." But no, she's condemned her best friend, saying that she does not stand by old offensive tweets, old racist jokes. That's fine. then it's about time we look into your own old racist jokes, Tana, and we look at them and we laugh at them because you're a joke of a person. You are a comedian without trying because you're a clown.
Add to the problem and further the narrative of white people forgiving other white people. And it's not enough to just write these things off as we grew up bad. And I think that I learned that now, and that shows me that I still have things to learn and unlearn. And I just first wanted to apologize to anyone I hurt for commenting that on her video. I might be the last person you guys or anyone wants to hear have a take on Brooke's tweets.
Yes, you are the last person we want to hear have a take on this. And so here's where the hypocrisy comes in, right? This is a tweet from 2014, around the exact same time. Tana just said her eyelashes look so real and one of them is falling off, from someone named Amari. Tana Mongeau, you still ratchet. Tana says, you still black. That's racist. You should leave the podcast. I would approve of you. You're leaving the podcast right now. Everybody, me and all the cancel culture, we think you should leave the podcast, Tana, because you're racist. We also have this comment right here calling Imari cotton picker. You're racist. Get off the podcast. Get off the podcast, Tana. You're racist. And now let's give a shout out to Papa Stanimus here, who linked the unlisted content cop on Tana Mongeau. You know, idubbbz went on his whole this was not me arc. This was a bad time for me arc. Anyways, it's unlisted now. Thank you, Stanimus, for linking it. In this video, he showcases all the terrible things that Tana Mongeau has done in her life, such as racist jokes, the same things that she's now trying to cancel and fired one of her own coworkers for. Here's a comment of her telling him to end his life. That's a little too far. I think you should leave the podcast, Tana.
But she didn't use the N-word in the same way that I did a bit of research and I found out that she used the dreaded N-word in the past. But she didn't use the N-word in the same way that I use it. She used it in a very mean-spirited way.
You know you're speaking. You fucking.
Growing up in Vegas, everybody said those words, and I didn't even know that they were considered racist at all. They were in rap songs.
See? So you want to fire this girl who didn't even say anything? She didn't say the N-word slur. She didn't say the N-hard R. She made some bad racist jokes that you'd see in South Park. She made some bad racist joke you'd see in freaking a stand-up comedy special that everybody would laugh at because they know it's a joke. Of course, the George Zimmerman comment, you know, that's a little controversial, a little edgy. But you're here defending saying the N-word. You're not saying, I'm sorry, I will never say it again, I was young. You're just saying, well, that was a different time. Again, this is 7 years ago, of course, so 7 years combined with when it was released now. It's been a while. This was probably a decade ago. I didn't even know she's famous for that long. I don't know why she's still famous. Regardless, she's a humongous hypocrite.
And I totally thought it just meant like homie or like friend.
But you say words that are just as offensive? Tana, you are dumb.
And I guess now that we're here, why not look at Tana Mongeau, some of her old deleted tweets. It says, well, that's an obvious tell that you like sucking black wiener. At Leo Castro, what hurt more, this flame or when you were thrown over the border, you Cuban piece of crap? My dad tells me a story about a black girl he dated. Like what? With laughing emojis. Again, calling Amari a cotton picker. And then I have a puzzle for you, Amari. And then she removed the N and the G out of the N word. But yeah, Tana Mongeau, let's be upset at your co-host for making some edgy jokes the exact same time you were. If anything, her edgy jokes were 2 years before you, right? But again, let's be upset. You are grifting. You are pretending to be offended. You are pretending to be holier than thou, appealing to these woke people who already know that you are not a good person. Your fans like you for whatever reason, and they like Brooke for whatever reason. Telling Brooke that she's not welcome or firing from her job or removing her from your show alongside you for the exact same things that you have done in the past is hypocritical, and you should lose your career as well then. If you don't think she should be able to be on your show with you because of some controversial tweets she said, then you definitely shouldn't have a show. You shouldn't even have a career because you were the one with videos viral calling people the N-word hard R, saying racist things to people. You can't say those were jokes, right? They weren't jokes. You were adding people, calling them the N-word with a hard R. But that's just me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to throw stones from a glass building. You know, I've said controversial jokes in the past, things I probably wouldn't say on YouTube, things I might say in the close comfort of my own friends. And I would hope that they wouldn't try to cancel me and ruin my life for it years later, right? Because, of course, you know, it's all context, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, that's just the way I feel. You guys are going to have to let me know down below what you think of Tana Mongeau, the biggest hypocrite in the world. Again, I do feel bad for her being taken advantage of by Cody Ko when she was young. This isn't a narrative from that. I'm not trying to change that narrative. That was terrible. I feel bad for her. But she's still an idiot, okay? She's still a doofus. Either way, let me know what you guys think. Like the video, share it, subscribe. I hope to see you all very soon. Peace out.